The app was glitching earlier. It said like 465, 475. We're just like, oof. I am claiming that name, so nobody steal that.
It's probably hard to see, but The Last of Us is currently sitting at a crisp 90 minutes.
I think this is a pretty good indicator of how busy it's gonna be tonight. Alrighty, my beauties, we are back at Universal for our third night in a row of Halloween Horror Nights. So in terms of tonight, I don't really know what all we're going to do. We're gonna try and do, I guess, as many houses as possible. We're obviously gonna watch Nightmare Fuel. We are also going to go to Minions Cafe because Andrew, wherever he is back there, has never been to Minions Cafe. And I know it's kind of contradictory to the whole idea of Halloween Horror Nights, but I can understand why it's open because it would want to have at least one good quick service open. So honestly, I'd say tonight we're probably just gonna relax and have a good time. So as always, if you guys enjoyed tonight's vlog, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. So let's waste no time whatsoever. Let's head on in and have some fun. Yeah, given that this is only my second Friday coming out here this season, this night feels busier than opening night. Minutes for Monsters. I mean, could be worse, right, Andrew?
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Could be 465.
Yeah, no, literally the app was glitching earlier. It said like 465, 475. We're just like, oof.
1 hour later.
Just like last night, I'm praying that Bungee Hunchy will be Bungee Hunchy. Oh, that works surprisingly well. Bungee Hunchy, that's what we're gonna call him. So not only am I a genius for coming up with the Bungee Hunchy name, I am claiming that name, so nobody steal that. Even Universal, do not steal that name from me. I 100% claim that as my own. The fact that he was there, I think at this point he knows that it's me because I'm always up there cheering for him, just being like, yes, you go, my guy. But also, I think I'm just gonna keep saying it in every vlog that this year's Monster House is much better than last year's. Keep in mind, Yeti has the shortest line out of any house tonight. I think the average wait time by now, it's probably about 80 minutes. So 65 minutes for a line actually isn't bad.
Actually, I lied. It is bad given that we are maybe 100 feet or so from the entrance.
You know, I'm all for Halloween Horror Nights and the fun and the joy that it brings to so many people. But the one thing that does not bring joy to really anyone are the crowds. And this is a prime example. Like yesterday, there were maybe 3 or 4 switchbacks open for Yeti. At least when I did it, it was posting like maybe 35, waited maybe 15. But now literally every single switchback is open. This line is filled to the max. Yeah, this is honestly one of those rare occasions where I can safely say that tonight's wait times are accurate.
What will it take to rip the heart from your hate? What will it take? What will it take to rip the heart from your hate?
Alright, quite possibly the last house, The Last of Us.
Posting 45, which isn't bad. Which if you remember last night, it was posting at well over 2 hours. So 45 minutes at around 1:33 going on 1:34 a.m. Not too bad.
I also love how there's another wait time sign, just in case you forgot what the wait time is.
20 minutes later.
And after being out here for over 7 hours, yeah, I think it's time we call it a morning. I mean, okay, why is Siri activating? Shut up, Siri. I don't care about you right now. I don't know how I survived. First, I was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll survive till 11. Then I was like, no, we'll survive till midnight. Then we're like, you know what? Maybe I just need a little nightmare fuel to help wake me up. And now it's well past 2 a.m. What? I don't know what's going on.
4 to 6 days later.
See, with there being this many people just by the front gates,
You know it's gonna be bad. I have absolutely no proper plan for tonight, so we're just gonna wing it and see how it goes.
just looking down there at the Exorcist line, mind you, it's at 60 minutes right now, which, yeah, I would say is pretty bad to start because we're only an hour in.
But I'd say that's at least 5 switchbacks that are open. So I'll give it till maybe 9 and find every switchback open. I think just to keep the flow going, we're gonna start with the montages.
When it stops, we'll never know we're hypnotized.
behind me is a line for a food stand. Not for a house, not for a water fountain, just for food. Why? Because the thing is, I haven't really been too fond of the food this year. Like, there doesn't seem to be that many options. I mean, the options that I've tried have turned out pretty good so far, but it's just the fact that they don't really have that much to choose from that gets to me.
See this thing right here? This is my issue with this scare zone. My exact issue, precisely. But you know, it's not all bad because, I mean, spiders, bugs, Easter eggs. Yeah, 60 minutes for monsters. That's probably going to be the lowest wait time that we will see for this house tonight.
Now, while sure, none of these switchbacks are full, I can get a pretty good idea of where we're gonna be stopping.
Oh yeah, right up there. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful.
You know, it's actually kind of funny the fact that this house isn't even in my top 3, yet I find myself, for some reason, frequenting this house more than any other. I will say, if I have not yet gotten the point across to y'all that this year's Monsters house is better than last year's, take this into consideration. They have Hunchback on a bungee cord, and you can't really find that at any other haunted house.
It's probably hard to see, but The Last of Us is currently sitting at a crisp 90 minutes.
And like the great Doc Brown once said, if my calculations are correct, I would give it until maybe 10, and then The Last of Us will top out at well over 2 hours. Honestly, yeah. Just walking from the Nightmare Fuel entrance to the Diagon entrance, I think this is a pretty good indicator of how busy it's gonna be tonight.
And honestly, Shipyard 32 is just another example of how busy it is tonight.
Smile for the camera, swallow the dagger, cut out the ones who disobey. Follow the leader into the fever, one by one until we.
I'm just gonna be frank with y'all. Shipyard 32 is the hardest scare zone to walk through. It is literally constant, shoulder to shoulder. A lot of the shots that you guys just saw, that was the most that I could get. I couldn't get close to any of them. Again, bear in mind, tonight is probably going to be the busiest night that I've experienced so far.
Like right here, Chucky is sitting at 90 minutes. And it is only 9:02 p.m.
And while normally I tell y'all to come after midnight if you want some smaller crowds, I don't think that's gonna be the case tonight.
I mean, 50 minutes for Dueling Dragons isn't bad. Could be worse. Yeah, look at this. Literally every switchback is full. And holy frick balls. Now, I know the express line probably doesn't look that bad to the untrained eye, but when you think about it, it actually is.
5 hours later.
And now we just have this to deal with.
And normally I try to have some pretty good tips for y'all every single night I go, but tonight I'm drawing blanks. I don't really know what kind of tips to think of. Well, we did Dueling Dragons after probably about an hour wait. Yeah, I would say this is definitely another night where the posted wait times match the actual wait times. But my issue isn't that these lines are long, it's the fact that those with Express are having to wait almost the same amount of time. That's how many Express passes they're giving out, which is absolutely ridiculous. And the main issue that I have with that is the fact that Universal Express is topping out at well over $400 if you add it to your pass, which is very, very expensive. Don't get me wrong. You get that every single night that your pass is valid. But at the same time, if I'm gonna pay $400 for something like that for a one-time purchase, think about that. I would like to know that I can go on a line and not have to wait as long as the standby line. But you know what? We're gonna calm down, we're gonna relax, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna try to have fun, given how busy it is. You know what? We need another montage. Roll another Scare Zone montage.
If in the end we're still alive.
amidst all the chainsaw chaos going on back there, I'm going to drop a new hot take and say Dark Zodiac is the best scare zone this season. Now, bear in mind, I would have told you guys Vamp 69, but I think it's just because of the fact that the Hollywood area is a lot more walkable compared to New York. Well, I guess we're doing the Darkest Deal next. Bear in mind, this isn't even my favorite house. It's maybe number 8, number 9 on my list if I had a full top 10 list going. I'll get to that maybe near the end of the event. At this point, I just want to go through the houses. I don't even care how long they are at this point. I just want to do something. You know, in a perfect world, my musical journey would start in a nice little blues lounge, kind of like this one, specifically named Bubs.
A few minutes later.
Alright, my beauties, y'all know what time it is. It's time for Nightmare Fuel. Probably the only thing that'll bring me joy tonight.
Not us being some of the first in here.
Because one day I'll leave you a phantom.
20 minutes later.
Well, aside from Nightmare Fuel being the literal highlight of my night, I say it is time we head out because 1, I am starving, 2, I am tired, and 3, I have to be at Epcot in the morning to pick up a magnet. So as we say good night to Halloween Horror Nights, if y'all enjoyed tonight's vlog, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Alrighty, my beauties, I love y'all. Take care, and I'll see y'all next time.